and diving for pearls. Our hearts beat to the rhythm of the sea. These
Also,
waters
this is the
contain
aquarium.
the finest fish, sea bream,
Fish down.
tuna, and hammoud. Our forefathers made their nets and fish traps from woven palm leaves. Their boats were made of palm sticks bound together with rope. Sudden storms and high winds meant that fishing was dangerous but rewarding work. Fish that wasn't eaten immediately was hung up to dry or preserved and sold. Some of it we ate, and some we exchanged with traders for other things like tea and rice. Most of our homes were arish, made of date palm sticks and mats, although some were built with materials from the seashore, coral stone and limestone. The walls reflected the heat of the sun. Inside, the rooms stayed cooler in the midday heat.
That's all. See this fish?
Camels hold a special place in our hearts. We honor these loyal and noble creatures which can endure the blazing desert heat for days without food or water. They are much they turn hearts, their lungs to be possessed, their hair to be ropes and knives, their leather to make straps and sandals. The camel is truly perfectly adapted to life in the desert. These camels have been loaded with dates, dried fish, household goods and food. They used to cover huge distances to reach the oases inland at Liwa and the land, along routes that camels have traveled for generations. Camel trains carried wood, charcoal, food and fodder back and forth between the coast and the inland oases, bringing much needed supplies. They also transported whole families every year from the coast to the oases to escape the worst of the summer humidity. This is what makes camels happy. In the desert, they can smell water from many miles. This oasis is fed by cool underground springs and a network of fountains, man-made channels which bring water from the mountains. Here we produce dates, cereals, vegetables, fruit and food. It's a kind of paradise, cool and tranquil. At night, the birds settle in the safety of the trees, and you have to keep a watchful eye for the snakes and scorpions. The camel-raising bedouins were nomadic during the months of wood grazing, and would settle around oasis wells in the summer. Many would live in traditional desert tents made of woven cloth. These were furnished with rugs and divided into separate quarters for men and women. Here, in the food preparation area, women used cauldrons and bread-making pans to make the family meal. Next door, in the majlis, the men's quarters, the men would meet in the evening to talk and drink coffee. Settled here more than 5,000 years ago, and they made the most of the world around them. Copper mining was one of the earliest industries here. Miners hammered away at rocks with handmade tools to uncover seams of copper ore in the mountains. Sometimes they would use fire to crack rock face. It was a dark, dangerous place to work. Once mined, the copper ore was heated to separate the copper from the ore, a process known as smelting. Molten liquid copper was poured into molds to make tools, weapons, and jewelry. Once the casts had cooled, they were hammered into shape.
Settle down, please, children. Turn to page 17. Can anybody tell me what they see here?
See, sir,
Ahmed?
the man is diving for pearls. My great-grandfather was a canoe diver. He could hold his breath for ages. He taught me to swim and dive. One day, I'd like to be a diver too.
I told you, Ahmed, the seeds in our blood. In the last century, huge Dhabi every summer. The departure of the fleets was a major event to search for oysters. It was a dangerous journey, with stinging jellyfish, sharp corals, and no breathing equipment. But a lucky guy might establish a family's fortune. To keep their spirits up, the Niham would chant to inspire the pearls, leading them all in songs which marked each stage of their work. Since oil was discovered in the Emirates, to work on the pipes, moving through the murky waters amongst the fishes and creatures of the sea.
Wat moet je doen?
It is hard, skilled work on the oil drilling platforms. Highly trained men operate the drills, pumps, and other heavy machinery, extracting crude oil from beneath the sea. Mountains and parks. In little over a generation, Abu Dhabi has been transformed into one of the great trading and business centers of the world. This is now a vibrant cosmopolitan city with a proud heritage rooted in the traditions and values of its desert and sea-going origins.
Isn't it amazing how much everything has changed in less than a single lifetime?